Hey neighbors, welcome to another episode of Love and Real Estate. I'm your host, Shelly Hibbert, owner of Changing Ways. Today we have the lovely Miss Kai Randolph.
Yes.
How are you, Kai?
I'm good.
So Kai, tell me why you fell in love with real estate.
Oh, wow. The idea of helping someone find the home of their dreams, it's always set with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a self-rewarding type of thing, right?
Yeah. It's something that stays with you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember all my clients.
Yeah.
Not everything about their journey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes you kind of become part of their story too. Like some of my clients were getting married and they wanted to buy the house first, and then you get invited to the wedding.
That's right.
Right?
That's
Baby
right.
showers
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah. All the pivotal times in their lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So when you started real estate, tell me about that journey. What did it feel like once you passed your real estate exam?
Wow, it was kind of strange, surreal, because you never really think that you're going to pass the first time, right?
Yeah.
So in the beginning, passing that first time and then just thinking, what am I going to do next?
You passed the first time?
Uh-huh.
Me too. People don't believe that.
Right.
Some people that I've coached through, even trained to pass their test, they're like, how did you pass it the first time?
Yeah.
I thought I was being punked. By the time I got through it, I was like, this was too easy.
I was thinking the same thing, and I walked out and I just kept thinking, this can't be happening. I think it took me almost 2 weeks before it really settled with me.
That you had a real estate
That
license.
I had a real estate license. And then once I did it, I was like, well, what am I going to do next?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So then what was next for you? What did you do next? What did you sign up for a broker or did you research?
I did my research first.
Okay.
I pretty much went out, started talking to brokers, started talking to other agents. I wanted to know what their experiences were. And I wanted to kind of get a feel for, is this the right
Person to be under,
know,
company to be
you
under.
know? And of course, it took me a little bit before I selected a broker.
Mm-hmm.
Once I did, I knew I was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now let's speed it up. Because, over time, you decide to go from one broker to the next.
Absolutely.
You know,
It's your choice, yeah.
It's your choice. And so you get a lot of lessons from those things.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I can say I'm very happy with the road I traveled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was it the experience you got through each broker that you chose, or?
Yeah, I would say that. They weren't all positive. And it just made me know who I was as a person, right? And the kind of services that I wanted to provide to my clientele.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Tell me a little bit more about that. You said they weren't all positive. What did you just drink the Kool-Aid and got into it and realized?
Yeah, there are brokers out there that can sell you the dream.
Yeah.
Right. And
Absolutely.
so I fell for it. And weeks within getting into the organization, I realized, I'm in the wrong place. But I didn't want to necessarily hop to go to the next train car, right?
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to make the best of this. And I figured I'd find my way through it. Now, some I stayed a little longer with than others.
Yeah.
But, it's the road that you travel that will make you a great real estate agent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I can relate to that because I felt like at times I was hopping from, honestly not being loyal to one broker because I would come in with expectations that weren't met and I'm ready to leave, right? And then you're hopping from one broker to the other. And then I also relate to the fact that you're tired of that hop. And then so therefore you stay a little past your time.
That's right. That's right.
And then when you realize you've wasted a lot of time in a place that you knew you weren't happy. So finding the right real estate home, would you say is a challenge for new agents?
It is a challenge, right? Because you're learning the market, you're learning the people that you serve, and then you've got to recognize, hey, this is my business, right? So I think that's the hardest part for new agents.
Yep.
And I would suggest hooking up with a mentor, with a coach, because it makes it a lot easier to get to that place of, what is my business really going to look like? And once you know that story, then you can do all the other things, right? But you've got to know what your plan is.
You mentioned hooking up with a mentor or a coach. Is there a difference, and have you experienced both, and what made you go there?
So your mentor is that person that's going to champion every move that you make, right? That person's going to open the doors for you that you wouldn't necessarily have open for you, right? In the beginning, for me, my mentor made sure that I went to places that I wouldn't necessarily have gone to, right? Because I had the nerve to say, well, I'm going to sell business in my neighborhood where I grew up. And the individual was like, no, you need to learn other segments, right? And if he had not have done that, I would not have moved to do that. I wouldn't have come out of my shell, right? I needed that challenge. Now, your coach, that's somebody that's going to help you grow your business. That's two different things, and it's significant, right? You got to have both. You can't have one
without the other.
So,
what made you look into having a coach after having a mentor?
Yeah, so, you can tell me all the niceties and open the doors for me, but I need somebody who's going to be about my business, right? So I need that strategist, and that's what that coach is going to help do for you. Build the strategy, open up, your mind to doing other things. That mindset piece is super important, and your mentor's not going to be stroking that for you.
Yeah.
A coach has to do that.
Absolutely hold your hand. So, in joining a team versus being a solo agent versus maybe corporate real estate, which one do you feel was the best move for you, or just your experience in that?
So as a new agent, I would never suggest that you not join a team. Being out there on your own, not specifically knowing the route that you're going to take, having that mentorship within the team, I think it's a good idea to kind of move towards that. A lot of new agents get out there new by themselves and they don't know the direction, and you could still have a mentor or coach, but there's a lot of things that a team offers to a new agent that you wouldn't necessarily get on your own. So that would be my suggestion. Have I worked in the corporate environment? Yes. I had a few years under my belt before I decided that I was going to go on my own as a real estate agent. When I did it, I was well prepared because the team environment just gave me that support. I learned everything I needed to know within that team. And then going out on my own, it was, it was safe.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I just heard you say is that on the onset of becoming an agent, and even as a seasoned agent, the support of a group is, monumental to your career.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think so. I think moving to that environment offers a lot. And I feel like the future is a team for real estate, right? There are so many changes that are happening. There are so many things that are happening in technology. It requires kind of that environment where you can have the people who have strengths in certain things and others who have strengths in other things. It just makes sense.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
Even for me, as a real estate coach, in my career, I found that I've made the most money when I was with a team, having people to pivot off of when the market would shift and having to have someone else feel that pain and understand and just ping off of each other of how we can pivot our business to make it more, advantageous. As a solo agent, you were just out in the wind flapping, like, what's going on?
Yeah. When those market changes happen, well, back in the day, it was super important that you understood what the market changes were going to be. And of course, you have agents who are out there who are leaving the business, right? Because they don't have the support of the team, right? You can create something within the team that you can't do on your own.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it's no secret that you are a client of Changing Ways Coaching. What made you decide to choose Changing Ways as your coach?
Coming back into the business was important for me. I'd been away for a few years. So coming back, I was like, okay, well, I need that strategy now. The market's changed. There were so many things that I needed to freshen up on. And I just think it's super important just to have that guidance.
Awesome.
And the push.
Yeah, yeah. It's that accountability thing, right? So I tell all my clients that come to Changing Ways that you do need that person to kind of hold up that mirror to you. These are your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. Regardless of how you fell off of that track, let's get back on there and move forward to success. And so just having that person that's going to say, hey, this is what you need to do because you want to do it is monumental to your success. And every great successful person has a coach.
Yeah.
I got a couple for myself. So it's very important, right?
I agree. I agree.
Awesome. So now you're part of a team, and tell me a little bit about that.
So I love it, right? It perspectives is everything, right? And having several different perspectives, that's huge. Like I said, that environment is very necessary for your growth and your business. And what I don't see, somebody else may see, and they can prevent me from going down a road that I may not want to go down. So.
Well, it seems like you have it all together. You have your mentor, you have your coach, and you have a team that you can call home. So sky's the limit from here.
Yes.
Well, congratulations, Kai. I appreciate you coming and seeing us today and having your point of view of why you are so in love with real estate.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, you guys, that's a wrap for episode 2 of Love and Real Estate. Again, I'm your host, Shelly with Changing Ways. Do not forget to visit us on all of our social media handles. Changing Ways. Change your ways, change your life. It's time.